Okay, so this is what fawn looks like in your business. Fawn is the disease to please and appease. And so it doesn't mean you're nice. It actually means you're afraid, right? So a lot of people look at fawn and they think it just means like being overly helpful, but it doesn't always look like being helpful. But in business, it actually often looks like being broke. And so it's most disguised it's probably the most disguised trauma response in your business. It doesn't scream, it doesn't it doesn't it doesn't feel stuck, right? And it doesn't make you feel blocked. It actually feels like it's serving you, right? So it's very insidious. And so this is what it can look like, just as some examples. It looks like you're undercharging because you don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, and you're operating in their wallet. Like you're already projecting and thinking like maybe she doesn't have the money. This is a lot of money. Like you're doing that already before they even have a chance to even respond, or you're not staying in your lane. It means it could look like avoiding sales because you're scared of being too much, too powerful, owning your value. Because again, there's that discomfort factor. You probably could be offering discounts before anyone even asks. Like you're already calculating that in your mind before anyone even asks for a discount. You're already discounting. You're coaching for free, and so that could be in the DMs, that could be in an email, that could be on a sales call. Um, you're writing maybe soft, vague posts that so no one disagrees with you, so there's not a lot of fire behind it, maybe. You don't want to ruffle feathers, right? And so you're just being vague. You don't want to be rejected or disagreed with. You're editing your message. The message that is like the thing that flows through your veins. That's like, I need to share this with the world. It's the call, it's the words that you put to the calling, and you are watering it down and editing it because you're trying to make it palatable for everyone. Um, you're avoiding boundaries because you're afraid of being abandoned, right? And so you might have blurry boundaries. Yeah, you don't want to be abandoned, and you don't want to look like a bitch either. Like, I mean, that is also very relevant. You over deliver in your programs because you don't want anyone to be disappointed. You don't want people to feel like they didn't get what they paid for. You're afraid of what they're going to say about you, right? So you over deliver. So you're exhausted. There's not a match in energy there. And you're basically holding back in your power because you feel like if you were to show all of who you are, people can't handle it. They won't like you. They'll reject you. They'll abandon you. They'll talk shit about you, right? The fear of being criticized is probably one of the biggest fears that anybody has. But as a woman who, with the history of the divine feminine and women being oppressed, like we are even more hyper vigilant and hypersensitive to that. And so fawn essentially looks like being a good girl in your business. And so while that's not a new idea or concept that you've heard, I want you to really look at where you become humble, helpful, flexible, um, but in ways that completely disempower you, your message, your mission, your work, your money. The truth is, fawn is a survival pattern, hands down. You learned it as a kid. There was no one taught you it really, right? Like directly. It was impressed upon you, and you very strategically and wisely navigated your environment, the people in it, situations in order to survive. And that's how it is. So it's how your body stays safe through approval, praise, peacekeeping. But in business, fawn will keep you resentful, invisible, and broke. I mean, you will be underpaid for sure. And if you're constantly twisting yourself and sort of trying to, become malleable, to mold yourself to be more digestible. Your clients aren't really getting your full power. Your audience isn't getting your full power. You are not being sovereign in yourself. And so, of course, your message isn't landing. Of course, money feels hard to hold, receive, ask for, right? And we can call it a money wound, because you're not building a business that actually reflects who you really are. You're building one that protects who you had to be. And so this is uh one of the things that we work on and we go dive deep in the embodied community. We're unhooking from that. So in the embodied woman community, we're building businesses that are bold, that are regulated, that are rooted in your truth. You're learning how to resource yourself. We're learning how to be in our message, with conviction and taking a stand for something, that's bigger than you. And we're not softening, we're not shrinking, and we're not serving from survival, which is like impossible. Like it's so difficult to do that. So if this resonates with you, just DM me the word enough. I'll know exactly what you're talking about, and I will send you the next steps.